So by the time you guys see this, it will be 2020. So Happy New Year! Right now it's December. It is my last tournament of the year. I just pulled up to the Hustler and I'm waiting for the valet to come get my car. Today is a 100K guarantee. This is the last day of the flights. I'm playing in the noon flight. $175 buy-in, 30K in chips, 30-minute levels, and tomorrow is day 2. So I thought, you know what, let me come in here, bring some of my learnings from last week with my circuit final table and my almost making it to day 2 and crush today. I had a great conversation with Em earlier that helped me put some things in perspective and keep some other things at the forefront of my mind. And I'm gonna come in here and do what I do. You know what I do. I'm gonna do it, trust. I want to say thank you to all you guys for this excellent year of first. I've had so many firsts. This is my first year of doing my poker vlog. This is my, first time really getting into this tournament world, and you guys have been there with me for all of it, and it means the entire universe to me. So thank you guys so much for helping me push through some of my challenges and some of my losses and disappointments, and being there to support me through my wins. Like, yo, I love y'all. I love y'all. If y'all here for the first time, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You already know the deal. Like, join me for this 2020 adventure because it's going down. I'm getting a first place win in 2020. Y'all gonna be there with me, right? Okay, you guys, it's the last break before you can re-enter, and your girl's sitting on about 99K right now. Say what? And it's crazy because I was down to like 6K very early. I made a bad call with middle pair for a big portion of my stack. Player did a stop and go on me, and I just really didn't put him on the top pair. I also had the nut flush draw, missed my draw, still had middle pair, called down to 6K at one point, grinded my stack back up to 99K, and it is not without the luck of the poker gods. I have had some really incredible hands as well, so I can't take full credit, but I played them well. So one of those cool, awesome hands, I had 4s in the small blind. Blinds at this point are 300, 500, and middle position player raises it up to 1300, folds around to me. I'm considering a 3-bet right here. This is the same guy that I made that bad call with. I played with him before. He's got a pretty wide range, so I'm considering a 3-bet, but then I said, you know what? It's 4s. He's definitely got 2 overs. Let me just relax. And I just call his 1300. Flop comes out 4, Jack 10. Voila. I check to him. He bets 2500. I posture and call. The turn is a 10, so now I'm boated up, and I check to him again. He ended up checking. He probably thought I had a 10. And the river is a blank, and I just start even trying to fiddle for my chips to figure, what I'm gonna bet. I was actually gonna make a pretty big bet, and he folds, so I win that one. In another hand, I've got Jack 7 off in the big blind, and the guy who's under the gun raises. Blinds at this point are 4,800. He raises to 2K, get the middle position player to come in, and I also defend. And it's interesting, last time he raised my blind, he was like looking at me, he was all like, oh, sorry, I gotta raise your blind. I'm like, okay. This time he's not, because he's steaming. He is so mad because a few hands before that, he was the chip leader who was up to like 150K, and he just gave 60K to his neighbor who had aces, and he had ace king. And they had been chit-chatting. I got so much information from them when I sat down. I put in my headphones, but I don't really play music. I just be listening to people talk, and they was telling me all the business. Who's tight, who's loose, who playing this, who raising with that. I'm like, this is better than Cliff Notes. I mean, geez, I got all kinds of information. So then he got mad at himself. He's like, I've been talking to you too much. I'm not talking to you anymore. I never would have done this if I wasn't talking to you. I was like, ooh, he's on steam. So I just come along and defend. I'm defending my Jack 7. Flop is 7, 9, deuce, rainbow. Checks to him. He makes it 4K. I'm like, okay, this is like a medium pair or ace king. Either one, he'd do that. Middle position player folds, and I actually call the 4K, and he just makes his face like, what? She must be chasing something. The turn is an 8, and I just open jam. And at this point, I've got like 22K, and I know that he does not want to lose a quarter of his stack right now. He doesn't. He'd been counting his chips for the last 2 hands, just trying to, I lost this much, I lost this much, I lost this much. He don't want to lose another quarter of his stack. So even if he has 10s, even jacks, he might really put me on Jack 10 for my big blind, and he's not willing to risk it. And he tanks, and folds. And then he later does tell me that he had jacks. Do you believe him? I don't know. Then I went on a straight up heater. I'm on the button, I got 3 6 of spades. Everybody's limping in for 8, go to the flop, which is 3 6 3. The same guy that I made that bad call from earlier decides he wants to pretty much bet the pot. He bets 4K, folds to me, I call. The turn is a jack of diamonds, and he open jams, and I snap him off for about 20 something. Didn't even count it because I had him covered. That was cool. And then a few hands later, I got king jack under the gun, and I raise it up to 2K. Small blind and big blind come along with me. Flop is 4 9 8 with 2 spades. Checks to me, I make it 4K, small blind comes along, big blind folds. The turn is a 6 of spades, and he makes it 8K. I jam all in, which I cover him, and he snaps off another 25 to me. So I'm sitting pretty right now, feeling really good. We're still really early. I got a lot of blinds, but I also know I got a lot of time to go. I think there's about 80 players left, so I'm gonna buckle it up, and make you proud, because I'm going to day 2. I gotta do it, right? You want me to do it? I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's go. What happened? Hey, how you doing? All right, you guys, we're on another break. We just finished 1K, 2K. There are 39 players left, 17 advanced to day 2. I'm sitting on about 104K right now. I was actually all the way up to about 130. I had a cool hand in the low jack with ace queen of clubs, and blinds at that point were 600, 1200. I pop it up to 3K. Cutoff comes along with me. Flop is 10, 6, deuce, 2 clubs. I checked to him, and we've been having friendly banter, so I said, if you hit this flop, you're gonna let me know, right? And he's like, yeah. So I checked to him, and he's like, I hit it, so he bets 3K.
Taking pictures or anything.
Dadgummit! I got caught.
Hey, you got caught.
I got caught. Okay, that's a damn shame. Got caught up. Ah, so frustrating. I'm like, well, where can I film? And he was like, nowhere. And I said, well, if I go in the bathroom, though, you can't follow me. So here I am in this bad lighting bathroom. Where was I? Flop. He tells me he does have something, and he bets 3K. And I look at the board, and I'm like, really? Because remember, he just flatted my pre-flop raise. So, all right, whatever. I call it 3K. Obviously, he gave me a great price to call. The turn is a blank. I don't hit my flush. I check to him again. He bets another 3K. Of course I'm calling. I get an even better price to call. The river is an 8 of clubs, and I lead out for 15K. And he tanks. And the other guy sitting at the table says, that's a muck. Like, he should fold. And I was so annoyed, but I did not like show it at all. He ends up calling. Obviously I show him the nuts. He mucks. I tell the other guy, like, hey, I know we're cool and stuff, but you should not be talking at all. Like, you literally should not be saying anything. You're not in his hand. He's like, well, I was saying it to that guy. And I said, regardless, you should not be saying anything. You're not in his hand. And even if you were, it's not your action. So you shouldn't be saying anything. P's and Q's, y'all. I think we might have had this one already, but let's reiterate. If you are not in the hand and it is not your action, you should not be talking. You should definitely not be talking about what a player should or should not do, because you can induce action. It's terrible, terrible, terrible poker etiquette. So anyways, I won that pot. Since then, I kind of went quiet. I've had some good hands I've raised with, and the same guy who was talking too much, nice guy though. Same guy has just been like jamming on me a lot, to the point where he was like, I'm gonna show you. And he's had like 5s, 6s, 7s. He said he doesn't want to play those hands. He said he's just gonna jam. And he had me covered by maybe 10K, but am I gonna call off my shit with king, queen? Nah, I'm not. So I just moved to a new table with some stacks. So I'm at about 104. The guy to my right is at probably 200. The 2 players to my left are probably closer to 50 or 40K. And then right around the river bend, there's like a couple 100Ks and a couple 150, 200Ks. So now I have to start from scratch and learn a brand new table. And I was really liking my table because everyone's very vocal and likes to talk about what they had and show you what they folded and why they're doing what they're doing. I was like, this is like a dream come true. So now I gotta like buckle down, and it's freezing, so I got my hood on because it's cold, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yay, I'll take it. I didn't even see that happening, but I'll take it. Runner, 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 runner. It's meant to be. Yay. Okay, I got 40 seconds to do this before I get caught. There are 19 players left, 17, go to day 2. I was down to 53, jammed it all in with ace-5. Probably not a good idea. Doubled up, cool. Now I got about 150. Blinds are at 4K, 8K. Gotta get in here, gotta go. For hand, I'm all in with ace-king against ace-5. And they're making us wait before we run it. I'd still have 90K, so I'm not at risk, he's at risk. Oh, ace-king, that's queen. I thought he said he had ace-5. Deuce. Is that a king? Oh shit! I did it! I did it! Guess who busted the bubble? Me. Coming back tomorrow with 271K. Blinds are gonna be 24K. I feel good about that. I'm late. Make me sweat so hard, sir. Jesus, we've got work to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram at P's and Q's Poker. See you next time.